This little box is really important. When you're measuring temperature in a cultivation space, you have to be very careful to measure air temperature, not surface temperature. Surface temperature is always going to be several degrees warmer than your air temperature. The ASHRAE standard for measuring air temperature is utilization of an aspirated box, which is what you see here. What this box does is it protects the temperature probe from direct light, which means that we are measuring true air temperature and not the surface temperature of the probe. Why is that important? Well, we want an accurate measurement. I want to know that this room is actually 78 degrees and not the 86 or 88 degrees that this probe might measure if it were in direct light. That's why the ASHRAE standard is to measure that temperature in an aspirated box and not on a surface.
Hello, I am Professor Leilani Arthurs. Welcome to this late Cretaceous swamp in the area of Boulder, Colorado. It is 66 million years ago, and the Cretaceous period is going to end in about 15 minutes. Look at the plants around you. Some of them are very different than those we have today. If you look closely, the animals are drastically different. Can you see the Triceratops drinking water? The air is very warm and wet. Look at all the palms near the ground. They tell us this world is more tropical than the present. Also, look at some of the floating plants in the stream. Today, those plants grow in the Amazon rainforest near the equator. See those tall, thick leaves near the ground? Those are ginger plants. All of these plants thrive in warm, wet environments, which is very different than Colorado today. Pretty crazy, huh? Scientists have found lots of fossils from this time, particularly fossil leaves. Eventually, all the green plants around you will fall into the water. They will be slowly buried in the earth, and over time, the plants will be transformed into coal, which humans use as a power source. Let's step into the next scene, which is 500 years into the future. You might be surprised by what you see. Hello, I am Professor Leilani Arthurs. Welcome to this Paleocene stream near Boulder, Colorado. It is 500 years after the end of the Cretaceous, 66 million years ago. Look at the plants. They look very different than those in the swamp 500 years ago. The tall trees are all gone. Instead, this world is packed with palms and short bushes of flowering plants. What happened that could cause such a drastic change during the last 500 years? Welcome to this early Paleocene forest in Boulder, Colorado. We are now 2 million years after the end of the Cretaceous and the time when a meteor struck the Earth and caused much of life to become extinct. We are standing where scientists think the first rainforest grew. They have found fossilized leaves that show that Colorado, especially along the Front Range, was very rainy at this time. The forests were extremely diverse, like rainforests in the Amazon River today. This means there are many different species of plants and animals. Aren't the towering trees above you beautiful? Unlike the tall trees in the late Cretaceous swamp 2 million years ago, these trees have flowers. Flowers aren't new, but this might be the first time in Earth's history when trees of flowering plants dominate the landscape.